You all suck at playing Nuke. Rotating on this map is like a dancing boy band. One wrong misstep and all the fangirls will ostracize you for eternity.
What the f is this piece of...
At the Blast Fall Finals, we witnessed FaZe and Vitality have a dance-off where we witnessed suffocating strangleholds, Zen-like reactions, and colossal mistakes. Nuke is one of the hardest maps in all of Counter-Strike, even for your favorite pros. And in this video, we're breaking down what it takes to farm yourself some free wins. Yup, that's right. Even pros are playing the maps wrong. It happens all the time. So if they're making mistakes like this, just imagine all the errors you're making that you don't even know about. Well, how can you avoid making these in the future? Good question. Well, let me introduce you to Gosu Academy, the best CS2 training platform there is. With these guys, you'll improve and rank up fast, guaranteed. Stop mindlessly playing ranked games and stupid one-on-one coaching that's too expensive for what you get. These guys actually care about your improvement. With Gosu, you receive a monthly training program, including multiple live sessions each week to help you play like the pros, plus daily community 10-mans with prizes, plus multiple coach 10-man classes for direct coaching and guidance in a team environment. Why try to improve on your own when you can get coached by the cream of the crop? As a matter of fact, some of these pros have played at international events. I promise you won't find this type of experience elsewhere. So what are you waiting for? Click my link in the description to sign up right now, because the first 100 people that use this will get 1 month completely free. Now let's get back to the breakdown. The scariest round of the game is the CT side round 2 after winning pistol. If you misplay it and lose to Glocks, then you will find yourselves on the back foot on the easy side of the map. Starting the round out, FaZe have done a half buy of pistols and armor and purchased a few nades to help them with their plan. Instantly, they drop a couple of smokes outside to shroud their movements down secret. If the CTs aren't able to get in front of the smokes, then they'll have to rotate a player downstairs. Without any outside pressure like this, CTs can stay tight together in a pack towards upper and ramp. So these smokes are necessary to manipulate their rotations. Vitality have started the round hard blocking an upper hit with 2 up heaven, 1 mini garage, 1 ramp, and 1 near hell ready to be everywhere at a moment's notice. FaZe sends Kerrigan outside alone with the smokes, and his job is to get into secret. Rops is creating another opportunity to mess with the CT's rotations by nading door open and lurk smoking out to threaten a vent dive. With these 2 potential lurks online, the rest of FaZe group towards ramp.
Fights. And this map on CT side was incredible for Vitality overall, so there's still big shoes to fill, but that's to say that Mezzy maybe could add something, his own flavor if he's feeling comfortable enough.
Quick scramble though. Kerrigan's made a ton of space, and then he even dodges the single door peek. Look at the way he's gotten up into control. While Twist serves up the distraction from ramp, Zywoo's now got his hands full, but he'll flick over. He'll kill them all. A tap out of the USP to make sure FaZe stay down.
Rops was able to sneak out Squeaky with the lurk smoke and was holding for any CT's top hut. The rest of his team made contact at ramp, spotting Mezzy and forcing him to drop into lower. Rops took that time to go for his kill, but lost the duel to Flames, who wasn't distracted at all by that racket. But Zywoo was. Look closely and you'll see him holding secret from vents, but turned around in case Rops was able to drop down. This small opening allowed Kerrigan to cross secret to control side. And that's when we see this big gun battle go down, with Vitality closing out the round with quick kills. But what made this setup from Vitality good? I mean, I'm not just showing you this round for no reason. First, we saw Vitality deal with the most immediate threat, stopping an upper rush. With 3 players on upper and a 4th to fast rotate, they had numbers to defend against the Zergling swarm. Second, Vitality had a plan for the second stage of the round. As soon as they determined that an upper rush wasn't a threat, Zywoo went down the vents ready to punish a late vent dive, to be a fast rotate back into upper, and to be inside lower in case the T's cross with the outside smokes, which is why Kerrigan crossing didn't really matter. Mezzy is spotting ramp playing to drop into lower. If he's chased, he can establish a crossfire with Zywoo. If he isn't chased, Apex can prevent the T's from scaling into heaven. And if they don't go heaven, they have to come through the 2x4 doorways of Hut and Squeaky. By controlling backhauls and vents like this, more Vitality can quickly descend down vents and reinforce Zywoo and Mezzy's positions. But as good as the setup was looking, had Rops won the duel at upper, a domino effect would have shattered their chances at this round, because Zywoo wouldn't have been able to back up Mezzy, and then lower would have fallen. And that's just how fragile things can be in this game. Blasting into our first gun round, we can see no WAP on the board for the CTs and still a couple of MP9s in hand. It's unlikely that FaZe want to go into some of these weaker guns and know that since there's no WAP on the board, outside might be their best bet. Their overall plan here is to have 3 players scale down secret with the cross smokes, while 1 player will lurk ramp and another will lurk outside. These lurkers will try to abuse timings and rotations of the defenders reacting off of the outside smokes and noise, and to be fallback options so that they're not forced into a potential meat grinder.
Apex spotting a little contact outer. At least that It's not horrendous.
That's
still
actually
not ideal.
Yeah, there's a nice tell for them with the one smoke first, knowing they're going to get close to it. Wait till it's prim and proper, throw the second one and cross.
Vitality set up similar to how they've played the previous round, with 3 players to stop an upper rush, but Apex's credit card fighting outside and spotting for info. FaZe threw the setup smoke and backtrack smoke right off the bat. Kerrigan delays his front truck smoke to connect the wall. Delaying the smoke allows for his teammates to get close and diagnose what's happening before they commit to the strat. He will become the late outside lurker. These smokes pulled ZywOo to help Apex outside. The T's have one of 2 options here: run across full speed announcing themselves and getting sprayed through the smoke, or walk across silently, which takes a little longer. Apex and ZywOo stagger their nades to break the smokes to catch timings on FaZe if they're trying to walk across. But Apex launches his too deep and is only able to chunk rain. And ZywOo's is limp. FaZe is able to cross secret with 3 players, and Vitality were not planning on this. Vitality were playing to stop FaZe from getting lower by killing them crossing outside, and didn't play anybody in lower as a result. Because Backhalls is so strong to hold, it makes it difficult for attackers to take it from the defenders, or for the CTs to retake it during a post plant. It will take good decision making and rotations for Vitality to be able to clean this round up.
But the map control is great, and Mezzi, I knew they would be trying to attack him because we saw a bad map from him on ramp.
A weak link.
Yes.
Apex activates from the back of Garage. He'll make sure Kerrigan's out of this one. So double man advantage for Vitality, but they do have Mezzi in the open, toying with him off the double door. Where's the split? Where's the help? It doesn't come. Brains then cleaned out by ZywOo, who's toppled by Twist on the backside.
Once FaZe made it into lower through secret, rotating through vents was no longer an option for Vitality. If FaZe did get down with heavy numbers, Vitality would need to go heavy through ramp or late through secret. Unless FaZe sent all 5 players downstairs, there had to be a couple of lurkers or stragglers. Apex moved into Big Garage to deal with a late outside lurker, or if FaZe wanted to fake lower and go back up secret into mini. ZywOo moved to ramp to help Mezzi. They expect a lurker to come, so ZywOo needs to hold ramp before Mezzi can drop. Rops made noise early in the round when he looked for a kill from Hut and took molly damage. Rops starts to inch up at ramp as soon as his teammates start using nades and backhauls, but Mezzi's waiting for him. As soon as Rops falls, Kerrigan begins his outside walk, but Apex is waiting for him. Now that both lurkers are handled and FaZe was making noise in backhauls, ZywOo and Mezzi move into lower site to begin strangling FaZe. Apex repositioned a ramp because the enemy would expect him to come secret and he wanted a group with his team. Flames and Spinks ran outside to secret. The T's control backhauls. Coming down vents is suicide. FaZe get onto site and fight to get the bomb planted. Because they needed numbers to secure site, they cannot watch vents or secret rotates. Brokey and Twist decide to push ramp to alleviate pressure after killing ZywOo, thinking maybe ramp is free now. But there seems to be a small miscomm.
Better map than he did on Vertigo. That was atrocious. And he gets off the bomb site pretty quick. They both split, change positions, looking to take it down into an even fight, but that's not gonna happen.
Oh, could have been 2-on-2.
It's Van Dalken up next.
Twist versus everyone.
He's just wiggled his way out of the bomb site. They've completely lost track of him for the time being. He knows there's one still up towards ramp, but where and when does he get a chance to strike? It's an easy kill to Apex, but he can't strike Spinks as the swing comes through and Vitality's 3-0.
Brokey wanted to take ramp, but it wasn't planted for them. Twist wanted to get back into control window to play the post plant. You gotta pick one, guys. Brokey peeked out ramp, but died to Apex, and Twist was not in a position to instantly trade. Apex hides, and it forces Twist to push or waste time while CTs enter site from backhole. The CTs close in on Twist, and the round is decided by numbers and positioning. Quick thinking on dealing with the stragglers, and moving together first at ramp, then through secret, to approach the lower retake meant that no stone was left unturned, and they did not try to force bad fights trying to hold anything they weren't prepared to hold. Just because you lose a round doesn't mean you made a bad decision, and this round is an example of that. As both teams fly out of their spawn points, Apex was trying to dash into top secret by crossing outside with just a glaive smoke to cover him. Rain immediately hops, skips, and jumps onto top silo. He was immediately able to dispatch of Apex with a crisp shot to his dome piece, and will unlock the magic of this round. After a big delay, FaZe is ready to take their next step, beginning their 4-man outside control. They place their smokes to connect mini garage to big garage and start to scale outside, while Rops keep space inside lobby. But Vitality is doing something really smart. They left a ghost town. When the T's default around the map, they leave little clues about what their intentions are. By having Rops alone in the lobby at the start of the round, Vitality got a beat on FaZe, knowing that they wanted to go for an outside heavy tactic in this round. Usually the solo lobby player doesn't try to sneak their way into upper before the main action happens. If they die, then they lose all the space and control over the rotations, and that's pretty troll. So Vitality know that they don't need to defend upper until the big boss fight happens outside. Spinks drops down the vents to get a line from secret steps, and Flames peeled back into heaven to assist ZywOo ZywOo outside. ZywOo is bouncing from angle to angle trying to get a freebie, but also trying to survive. As FaZe scale outside, they drop a molly into secret steps.
Spinks, that's gonna force him up, but good cover out of Brokey. Making sure man advantage doesn't slip away with ease. Flamesy taken off of the rooftops. Chance for ZywOo to at least claw back something.
They're still coming at them outside. This is the best chance to fight back, and he will find a way to.
But he loses so much health. Meanwhile, Rops has been able to slither down to the B site, so a ton of real estate still for FaZe to work with. They've got the bigger picture.
Spinks had a tough decision to make. Run up and try to take down as many as he can, or retreat and let FaZe work his team. Since ZywOo already showed himself outside and Apex died by secret steps, Spinks thought he could get a surprise jump on a player or two. Flames was also activated from AC and tries to battle over the smokes, but loses his duel after putting Brokey on life support. ZywOo was able to slip through some cracks and find one before falling back, where he's able to drop another chasing him. But in the chaos, Rops was able to get into the lower site and control the space for his team. FaZe regroups lower to plant the bomb, and Vitality realized the round is chalk. But Vitality had a real chance to bring this round back to a win had one or two duels gone a bit different, and it was all off their protocol to abandon upper. I know that I just made Vitality seem like geniuses, so I have to bring us back to reality for a moment. In this next round, we're going to see exactly why communication, plans, and protocols are important for the team to be in sync about. FaZe start the round with a heavy focus towards T lobby. They do some basic door nades to threaten a vent dive or an upper pop. They spam through the door smoke to catch CTs trying to enter the site, and they hop up silo to spot for outside info. And then they dump some nades to fake an upper pop and see what clues they can get. FaZe is hoping to show enough presence towards lobby so that they can manipulate Vitality's rotation enough to create an opening outside. Since FaZe hasn't done anything outside yet, there's no threat of the cross to secret or the wrap outside. Apex has been sitting in back garage, holding for the outside wrap and mini split. This setup allows Vitality to have 3 players strong on upper to stop FaZe's upper hit, but it makes them very weak against outside to secret crosses. Kerrigan and Rain group up on the ground outside and throw their C smokes from close. Because of all the upper pressure, there are no defenders in front of the smokes and won't be able to stop them from crossing down. Rain and Kerrigan cross outside towards secret, with Rain going downstairs, but Kerrigan, he does Kerrigan things and he gets caught trying to bite off more than he can chew. But we're about to see a blunder of disastrous consequences.
Maybe they could be coming my direction, and that's the bomb, but
Rain managed to get down secret, but
are they maybe gonna go upper?
options open at 40 seconds.
It looks like they're trying to get a kill first. Finally, they'll drop. They can't ignore the amount of map control that Rain has taken, even though spotted.
Flames leads on low health, looking to be traded. Rain gonna make sure they both go down. No chance. It's gonna take Apex on the FAMAS to answer. Looks like cover for the bomb at the 20-second mark. Off the line, Brokey bullet sailing over top. But Rops, he has been waiting and waiting, and he will peek to kill Mezzi on the approach. Cuts off one end of this potential retake split. Apex has to...
So what exactly went wrong here for Vitality? I mean, it all looked good. Since Apex was in back of Big Garage holding the outside cross, someone needed to be in position to drop lower in the event that the T's could cross secret. Typically, it's the duty of the ramp player to drop and have the other players fill, but this changes depending on the team's start of round and any mid-round actions. Mezzi left ramp to come help fight outside from lockers. His teammates were already fighting, so he thought he could provide some assistance. But he left a gap at ramp that FaZe was able to exploit. Twists, Rops, and Brokey grouped up ramp together and scaled out without any nades. They know that all their pressure upper and outside moved Vitality away from this position. Rain had simultaneously made his way down lower and spotted Spinks trying to get down the vents. If the T's control backhauls, it is very risky to rotate down and fight from the vents. Rotating down vents only works if you're going to position yourselves on the steps before the T's can get down. But Rain was alone here and opted to play it safe, so Spinks was able to secure backhauls for Flames and Apex to come down vents in secret respectively. But since Rain controlled double door side and ramp was left open, FaZe came down from U-Haul and got into sight, even leaving Rops in position to deal with rotations. Rain getting 2 here was huge since his team was at a man disadvantage, but his positioning made it easy for him. And Rops being inserted ramp was the final nail in the coffin. Now, had Mezzi dropped down ramp to control lower, instead of running through J-Hull to help outside, he could have been in a position to stop FaZe dead in their tracks. But because of the gap that he left at ramp, and with FaZe securing secret from outside, it lost Vitality their advantage in the round. If the enemy can get downstairs, someone needs to be ready to rotate down. Skipping into the second half, we're going to take a look at this active composure from FaZe. After losing Pistol, FaZe forced on round 2, but were unable to get in front of Vitality. They ended up saving a pump action, an M4, and a couple of pistols into this round. Rops upgrades to an MP9 so that he can maul anybody at ramp. Rain goes to solo fight outside with a lone rifle on the team, and the rest of the defense groups upper to lock down the small doorways with their close ranged weapons. Vitality start the round out of spawn by sending 3 players towards lobby and 2 players outside.
That's what makes their undying nature believable every time. And Rain will continue to just tap back from Garage. He did good damage last round, didn't catch his kill.
I don't know how no one died right there, but...
Vitality threw a couple of smokes from spawn, but peeked before they land. Rain spotted only 2 players advancing, and after tapping away, he takes ZywOo down to 26 HP, but more importantly, he's able to live and poke more holes into the smokes to see that Vitality weren't able to make it across outside. Thinking quickly, Rain and Twist switch guns and get in positions to reinforce their teammates. They know that since Vitality isn't outside, they have to pick one of 2 spots, ramp or upper. Rops is alone on ramp and he's chilling. He knows that he's going to rail a couple of people if they come his direction, so he reassures his team to stay upper and to keep the stack.
Just wait, they let FaZe stew in this pressure. With incendiaries over the top, things get a little wild. CT's position revealed as fire finds feet. No damage off the shotgun, but the 5-7 will find it. Kerrigan serving up a distraction for Twist to come through, and it's a Brokey jumping shotty. This defense, with bare bones weapons, looks to hold. Mezzy given a chance to stamp his name on a round. That Nova changes hands.
Vitality thought that their outside smokes and presence would have been enough to weaken upper. By dropping a molly onto top hut and Asian vent, they hope that they can flush FaZe out of the most annoying positions to take a free site. But the 4-stack upper proved too much for Vitality as FaZe kept playing whack-a-mole from Heaven, Tetris, Hut, and Mini. Teams can purchase 1 smoke per player. If you use your smokes early to take map control, you only have 1 or 2 left for the end round. If you're unable to take map control with your first set, you have a big decision to make. Either use your remaining smokes to take map control but have nothing later, or just say screw it and hope that they're not stacking A. But because FaZe knew that Vitality were low in smokes and couldn't cross outside, the most obvious position to hit would be upper. This match has been back and forth with each team making 5-head plays followed by major head scratchers. FaZe has some crazy read that Vitality want to do a heavy outside hit, so they play 3 people outside, ready to brawl, and leave 1 upper and 1 ramp to keep some map control. Vitality did want to go 5 outside and had a cheeky plan behind it. They placed 3 smokes to connect Mini to Big Garage. Normally you can cross with just these 2 smokes, but this time they add this top Mini smoke to provide cover for Flames, their silo player.
He's still very well equipped. Ooh, and again, dude, Rain is just pumping out damage outside, but he's gonna have to be careful.
No one died last time. This time he takes no damage back, 10 HP for Apex.
There's a lot of players outer for both these teams. That's a ton of damage, though. Now, Spinks is down to 13. Mezzy gets hit through him. Flames is trying to find something off Mini, but no chance. He at least keeps CT's back far enough that not only does he pick up this headshot, he's got teammates in position to jump.
Remember when we talked about how the T's can cross outside? They can either do it quick and loud or slow and quiet. Vitality opted for the latter. But by going slow, FaZe are able to pop holes in the smokes, take random pot shots, and break the smokes with HE grenades to get opportunities to catch anyone in the open. Despite taking what seemed like 1,000,000 damage, Vitality kept all 5 players alive. With Flames position top Mini, only 3 of his teammates actually went into lower. Knowing that outside to secret was compromised and that they wanted to fight with numbers outside, Rops moves forwards to fight Flames but gets taken out. Kerrigan thinks quick and drops down lower to block the backhauls before Vitality are able to get down the stairs. Rain is perfectly positioned in Big Garage to deal with any stragglers and the potential fallback from FaZe. It's exactly what Apex did in the first round we covered. FaZe has Vitality trapped and nowhere to go. All they need to do is play some cat and mouse.
The rotation is down to 1 downstairs. One goes down the...
Oh, he's got to deliver this.
This angle can be good, but it can make you pay as well.
Oh, first one's clean. It's his 4th of the map. And is it enough to have them stutter? They stall out. They hold for a second, and again, Vitality, happy to play with the clock, but they're gonna have to play off those with health. ZywOo, Flamesy. Apex and Spinks barely standing. Oh, Kerrigan, he tries to push in, and it's that opening right there that could prime Vitality to tie this game again.
Yeah, and Rain takes his first kill on top of Flamesy, finally.
Curiosity killed the cat, getting the better of Kerrigan as he re-pushed into Vitality, but he didn't need to. His job was to secure lower and trust his teammates to handle Vitality moving back up secret. Because Vitality stopped advancing lower, and with Flames engaging Twist and Rain outside, Kerrigan thought that he could flank Vitality going back to outside. Because of this push, Vitality get the opening that they needed to go lower and close out the round. In Counter-Strike, kills are a means to an end. Map control and positioning to help you get easier frags and funnel your opponents into bad engagements. Keeping your positioning means you'll have easy kills and your opponents will have a hard time finding an opening. But if you give up your positional advantage, you make it easy for your opponents to punish you. This last dance is going to be a perfect display of how a default can play out and what it means for the rest of the round.
Full buy for both teams. Vitality looking for tournament point. FaZe looking to tie.
Initial molly's outer. We're going to get a deep position from Rain. Contrast that to when he climbs up on blue box, gives away opening kill. Who plays safer or who runs a risk that could very well pay off? Little clash on the squeaky door. No deaths yet, but you know you want to get out of there. Single bullet could have finished the job.
Even though we didn't get to see any kills happen in the first almost minute of the round, the T's get a read on the CT positions, look for a spam duel, and bait out all incendiary grenades and all but one smoke grenade. FaZe never budged from their start of round plan. Rops sent a smoke into radio room and instantly moved lower. From lower, he can deal with a vent dive, a ramp rush into lower, or the T's trying to cross the secret. Rain dumped his nade set outside to deal damage, and so he could cross undetected into back big garage. From here, he can deal with outside wraps and mini splits. He doesn't worry about the enemy going lower because Rops is in position to deal with them. He's doing what Mezzy should have done in our earlier round. Brokey started up heaven to assist with a potential upper rush. Since Rops pre-smoked ramp and went downstairs, Brokey's job was to help upper or to stop a ramp rush if they try to come heaven. After Vitality haven't rushed anything, Brokey moves to up ramp now instead. This setup is very strong at dealing with everything but a late upper rehit. Since all of the defense is focused on hits through ramp or outside, Twist and Kerrigan have a tall order of trying to defend upper without reinforcements. Vitality reset into their second phase of their plan and line up their outside smokes.
Shoved out of their own lobby. Oh, we were talking about a pretty broke Vitality here, actually. I didn't even realize that. Spinks is now on this Deagle.
Oh no, this is real. This is FaZe with a very real chance of cracking the cache.
That means there's only exactly enough utility needed for the game plan. Let's see if they can stick to it.
Every piece important. Each and every step of the way, coupled with a nade. And there goes a very crucial flash to main. They're gonna test Kerrigan, and Flamesy picks it up. Right with a triple! It's deep from Garage. He lays down the law, and Apex.
They tried to go into upper through mini, but with Rain position in the back of Big Garage, he laid down the law. Brokey also changed position to J-Hull. There's no way they come this late into ramp, and if they did, his mates can rotate down vents. Once FaZe realizes it's a mini split, Brokey dive bombed into upper to opt from back silent. Though not a traditional spot to opt from early in the round, when the enemy has no other options besides mini and hut, this position becomes very hard to deal with. Through their composure, FaZe were able to close out the round with a strong off-spawn setup because the enemy was slow danced into a coffin. As a matter of fact, this round reminds me a lot of the composure FaZe had through these ridiculous timings on Vertigo.